Hi, good morning. I am Michael Moore. I've got my model here, Tony. And Tony and I are going to talk to you a little bit about what men need to do for their skincare and maybe even a little bit of makeup. Okay? So Tony has a few different areas of opportunity, right? Would you say that you tend to be a little oily?
I'm very oily, yes,
Okay.
thanks to my Filipino.
Exactly. Thank you, Filipino mom. So what we're looking for is he has a problem with getting really shiny as the day goes on. So that's something that he doesn't like. Now, living in Colorado, or depending on where you do live, that is a benefit in some areas, but in a more humid areas, you really don't want to be too shiny. So, and Tony's one of those kind of people. So what we're going to do is start off with a cleanser that has some salicylic acid in it and lactic acid, because the salicylic acid is going to be great because it's going to degrease the surface of the skin, but the lactic is actually going to hydrate the surface of your skin. So this is something that I really want you to use at nighttime, because often when you come home from the office, you might feel kind of grimy and kind of heavy, right? Then another cleanser I really like is something that's a hyaluronic acid cleanser, but it's more of a creamy style cleanser, and it's great for a man to use as his shaving cream as well. Because I'm a firm believer men like multitasking products. And so the more you can make a man understand what multitasking means and how it's going to work for him, the more it's going to work. So after he has cleansed his skin with the salicylic acid or the hyaluronic acid, then what you're going to do is you're going to talk about eye areas, because you know, who wants to age, right?
Right.
Exactly. And you're noticing a little bit of change in your eye area, right?
Yes, dark circles, yes.
Puffiness every once in a while, yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to be using a peptide eye serum on you. And all you're going to do with this is you're going to be using 1 drop per eye. So look all the way up for me. You're going to take this and you're going to put it right up underneath your eye area there, and close your eyes, and you're going to take it all the way up through there. This is actually a wonderful product, because what I love about peptides for the eye area is it's going to make the skin produce more collagen and also help prevent anybody from losing any sort of slackness and gaining that back trim. So the other thing that we need to talk about is SPF or moisturizers for you. Very important for a man, because men just don't even think about it. And the other thing about a man is, notice how Tony's hair is cut. So you're noticing his ears, where a woman usually covers her ears, or a lot of times will cover her ears. So something that we could do is we could do a balancing lotion that would be great for you for nighttime, that's going to help with the oil production. This is a very lightweight moisturizer. But during the day, what I want to do is we're going to be using an oil-free SPF 30. And when you use an SPF, what I want you to do is take this, and you want to use about a pea size. With that, we're going to take it, and you're going to hold up your head for me. And we're going to take it, and with it being oil-free, it's going to be a mattification as well. So make sure you're taking it all the way up into the hairline, right up through there, all the way down across the whole face, and then into the ears. But the other thing too with men is you want to make sure you use the back of the neck. I always remember looking at my father, and I was born and raised on a dairy farm, and so his back of his neck looked like a road map. And so whenever I do anything to my face, I put my serums and everything on the back of my neck. So then last but not least, men sometimes need a little bit of a pick-me-up. Now Tony, he's got this wonderful skin, but when he found out that I do makeup, he was asking me, what do men do? So the number one thing that you can do is a little bit of a concealer that will brighten up underneath your eyes. But you're not doing it like your mother or your sister might do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take just a skin tone correct concealer, look all the way up. You're going to take 1 dot on the inside of the eye for each eye, and you're going to just use your finger and warm that up and take it down into the ocular cavity. Just a little bit of tapping. And voila, he looks a little bit brighter and fresher, but not looking like he's, you know, getting ready to go onto a screen or as a television anchor or something to that effect. Just look at that, brighter and fresher immediately, but not knowing why, right? Look all the way up. I am a firm believer makeup should always enhance but not ever be seen, and this is a perfect example for that. So Tony, do you wear lip balm all the time?
I have to here in Colorado for sure.
Yes, but there's one thing. I was sitting in a meeting yesterday next to this man. I couldn't ever listen to a word this man was talking about because his skin was so dry and his lips were so dry. And I eventually I had a lip balm that I always carry extra product with me. And I just handed him this lip balm and I said, would you please put this on your lips? And he was like so appreciative of that. So just look right in the mirror. Look how fresh that looks now, right?
Love it.
And all you need, and sometimes a little bit of a powder. So if you just take a little bit of a powder for a man, especially if he gets really oily, just a little bit at the top of the head. That's where I always notice a lot of men get this. A little bit on the nose. And he's done. So estheticians, a large area of the opportunity that you have to grow your business is with men, right? So how do you find male clients? What do you talk to a male client about? So a lot of times it's your female clients that's going to introduce their husband or their boyfriend or somebody to you. That's where I tend to find a lot of my male clients. But also, just when you're walking down the street, when you're in the coffee house, give out your cards to people because people want to feel good. And men, the other great thing about men as a clientele for you, is that they're going to buy almost anything you put on their face, where women always question what they're doing. So what you always want to think about is always marketing. If you're sitting in a meeting, if you're sitting at church and you notice somebody's got dry lips, I always carry a couple extra products with me at all times. If it's just a little lip balm that's got my company's name on it, hand it to people so they have hydrated lips. Because no man wants to think about, oh my God, that beautiful woman was looking at me and she had that I had dry lips on. Okay, so the other thing that I want to talk to you about is so many lines have skincare specific lines just made for men. And as I always take offense to that when somebody says that to me, because any brand that you happen to be selling that's a cosmeceutical style brand will actually have products that can be dual purpose for a man and for a woman. So that's what you want to think about. Don't always just buy in because it's got a gray packaging or a black packaging. You want to buy into the idea that if something's going to really work for a client. Years ago when I started in the cosmetic industry, I remember I was buying Clinique skincare products. Then I found out that the Clinique Women was sold in a much larger container and it was the same exact product, only repackaged. So don't fall into the idea of marketing and just making sure that you're giving your male clients exactly what you give your female clients that will work to the best ability. So you just watched this video and you saw the education that I gave Tony. So remember to always make sure that you educate your clients so that not only when they're in your skincare room or in your makeup studio, but also when they get home, they know exactly what to do and how to do it. And if you notice that he's stumbling over some ideas, have him do it to himself so you can confirm that it's going to be done right when he gets home.